Alright, so the developer update for the VECNA PTB is finally here before it goes live. I'm sure you've seen this covered by a million people. We're going to go through the most important parts. The Lich got Omega buffed. We're not going to cover everything, but you can see it right here. Kind of crazy. He got buffed in pretty much every single way. His most significant ones for sure are the fact that his spells are now 12 seconds faster, and his movement speed while charging spells and recovering has been amped up across the board. So when he's holding a spell, he travels as fast as a survivor, and when he's recovering from any spell, he moves as fast as the nurse. So we got a huge amount of buffs for him. We got about 16 buffs in total, and it's considered a medium update for whatever reason, even though it's actually a really huge update. And I think he's going to be way stronger, but we'll actually have to see what he's like on the live version of the game. All right, the Blight got a minor update. Compound 33 now limits his rush tokens to 5, was 3, so that's his default number anyways. Adrenaline Vial puts you at 7 tokens, so you can't stack this with Adrenaline Vial. So he has 5 rush tokens, so now those 11% add-ons will go all the way up to 55% instead of 33%. So this is literally a slight buff to those add-ons, so they will be a little bit better. They toned the other effects down a little bit and then increased the limit to 5, so yeah. Bardic Inspiration, this is actually a buff. Some people are calling it a nerf. This is honestly a buff. It's a 90-second duration now, so now instead of having to do it every 60 seconds, you can do it every 90 seconds. I mean, yes, you can't play the loot as much, which is the nerf I think people are talking about, just goofing around, but at the end of the day, it is a buff, and it's going to allow you to gen rush a lot more. Still Sight, this one's actually kind of insane. This one's where if you hold still, you can see the killer's aura and aura of generators and totems for 18 meters. It's been up to 24 meters, and they even have a note this can be further increased with open-handed. So open-handed increases aura reading by 16 meters. So if you combine open-handed with this, it'll be 40 meters in total. So you could have a survivor working on a generator, and then they can let go of the generator for 4 seconds and see the aura where the killer's at within 40 meters. So kind of insane. I think it's going to be really good for Swifts. Probably not as great for a solo queue, but yeah. Weave Attunement got a little buff. Increased the aura reading range to 12 meters, was 8 meters. Still absolutely worthless because it requires the survivors to have items, and then once they drop the item, they'll pick it up instantly. They will be oblivious for 20 seconds, but even then, still pretty much worthless. This is a dead on arrival perk. Dark Arrogance, they buffed it a little bit. Increases the vault speed to 25%, was 20%. This also has the downside of being stunned 25% longer and blinded 25% longer. So at the end of the day, still absolutely worthless. Nobody's going to use it unless you're doing like a meme build, because still 10% faster, Bamboozle is better in every single way. Yes, Bamboozle's 10% slower, but the window's completely blocked for 16 seconds. So it doesn't really matter. And if you're thinking maybe you could use Dark Arrogance to catch up and get a hit before they can vault the window again, well, again, Bamboozle's far better in every single way because it'll block the window completely, and Superior Anatomy is literally basically double the speed of Dark Arrogance, just slightly less than double. So yeah, arguably the most important thing, the items and add-ons, toolboxes in their increased sabotage speeds went through. So we're going to be seeing a lot more slugging, a lot more Sabo squads and everything like that. You can actually, if you bring Alex's toolbox and then double speed add-ons or even the grip wrench add-on, you can sabotage a hook before a killer can even hit you, and you can sabotage a hook after a killer hits, and they just won't have anywhere to hook you if you're in the corner of the map. Especially if you pair this with Boil Over, it's going to be super nasty. And then of course, General Regression gets gutted across the board. Buckle Up gets a change finally. Invocation Weaving Spiders gets a buff, and Background Player gets a buff as well. And then the Decimated Borgo gets better lighting finally, because that map was absolutely horrible. The Cannibal got giga buffs, and then everybody else got some slight changes. Wesker can't tunnel as well. Dislinger got some decent quality of life changes, and the good guy can no longer scamper pallets unless he's in Slice and Dice. So yeah, that does it for this one. Let me know what you guys think of this new update, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.